My child, stop everything you are doing and listen closely. I am the Lord your God, and I have come to speak directly to your heart. This message is not a coincidence. You were guided here by my hand because there is something dark that has tried to touch your life. And tonight, I am bringing the truth into the light. A woman has spoken your name in the shadows. She whispered words she should never have spoken. Her jealousy and bitterness became an open door for the enemy to work through her. She did not know that when she tried to harm you, she was fighting against me. You have felt the weight in your spirit, the confusion, the sudden heaviness that comes at night, the strange dreams that disturb your rest, the moments when everything seems to go wrong without reason. These are not coincidences. They are signs that a spiritual battle has been raging against you. But do not be afraid, because I, the Lord, am with you. I have sent my mighty warrior, Archangel Michael, to stand between you and the darkness. He has unsheathed his sword of heavenly fire. And tonight, every curse, every word of envy, every act of black magic spoken against your life will be broken in my name. This message is not for everyone. It is for you, because I have chosen you. You are under my covenant, and though the enemy tried to strike you through deceit and witchcraft, my light is stronger than any spell, and my angels are stronger than any demon. So stay until the end of this message, for what I am about to reveal will open your eyes and free your spirit. You will feel my power moving as these words are spoken over you. Now listen, for I speak from eternity. You are about to understand what was hidden. On 17, hear the urgent message from heaven. Before this week began, I saw the plot of darkness being formed. I watched as envy grew inside a woman's heart, someone who once smiled at you but secretly despised your light. She looked upon your blessings and began to whisper, "Why not me?" That whisper became resentment. That resentment became a seed of evil, and the enemy, always waiting for an open door, entered through her anger. He placed in her hands things she did not understand, words, objects, actions that belonged to the kingdom of darkness. She believed she could bend my will, that she could touch what I have anointed. But what she did not know is that I, the Lord, see all things done in secret. I saw her light the candle. I saw her speak your name into darkness. I heard the curses she spoke, and I sent my angels immediately to surround you. You wonder why you've been feeling so tired? Why strange resistance has appeared in your path? Why plans collapse right when they were about to succeed? The reason is this. Her actions created a spiritual fog around you. It tried to block your clarity, your joy, and your favor. Yet even in that fog, my spirit never left you. You may have felt alone, but I was there, watching, waiting for the right moment to expose the works of darkness and restore your strength. That moment is now. I speak this to you because you must understand that not everyone who smiles at you walks in the light. Some are drawn to your glow, but secretly wish to see it dim. That is why I have allowed this revelation to reach you, so that you may awaken and guard your spirit. The woman who acted against you has tied herself to consequences she cannot escape. For every act of darkness has a cost, and what she meant for evil will return upon her own life. But you, my chosen one, will not share in her punishment, for my mercy covers you. You must not seek revenge or hatred. Do not let bitterness poison your heart, for vengeance belongs to me. Instead, stand in faith. Speak my name aloud. The Lord is my shield and my fortress. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. When you speak these words, light surrounds you like a wall of fire. This is not the time to fear. It is the time to trust. Because this very night, the heavenly armies have been commanded to act on your behalf. I have dispatched Archangel Michael to dismantle every altar of darkness raised against your name. His sword burns with the blue flame of divine justice. Even as you listen now, That sword is striking through the cords that tied your spirit down. The chains are falling. The heaviness is lifting. You are being set free. The curse is broken, not by your power, but by mine. From this night forward, you will feel something changing inside you. The anxiety that once ruled your thoughts will begin to fade. Peace will return to your heart. Opportunities that were blocked will reopen. You will dream again, but this time your dreams will bring revelation, not confusion. For I am your Father, and I have declared enough. The darkness that tried to follow you has been exposed. The woman who allowed herself to be used by evil will no longer have power over you. Now, my child, lift your hands where you are and declare, Lord, I receive your protection. I believe your word. I trust that Archangel Michael is fighting for me tonight. As you speak those words, my light moves. Angels of fire are standing around you. The curse has been broken. The blessing has begun. Write Amen in your heart and in your words, for by your declaration, my power is sealed over your life. My beloved child, there are battles you never saw, yet they surrounded you every day. You wondered why your energy drained, why your peace felt fragile, and why your plans kept collapsing at the edge of success. You asked, Lord, what is happening to me? And I, your Father, heard every word. The truth is this: the attack was real, but it was invisible to the natural eye. It began not in the world around you, but in the spirit. The woman who envied your light became an instrument in the hands of the enemy. Through her jealousy, she opened a gate, and through that gate came words of curse, thoughts of confusion, and forces of darkness seeking to steal what I had given you. You must understand, envy is not just emotion. It is a spiritual seed. When watered by bitterness, it grows into witchcraft, manipulation through dark intention. That woman believed she was controlling her own power, but in truth, she was being controlled by the one who hates all light. She spoke your name in the presence of darkness. She asked for your downfall, your sadness, your confusion. She didn't know that in speaking against you, she was speaking against me, the Lord who anointed you. But I was watching. Even when you felt alone, I had already dispatched my angels to intercept her attacks. When she sent darkness, my light rose up like a shield. When she whispered evil, I turned her words into dust. Still, you felt the tension. You felt restless at night. Sometimes you woke at 3 a.m. with no reason, feeling a strange weight in your chest. That was the moment when spirits of confusion tried to touch your aura. But know this, each time they approached, Archangel Michael's sword was already drawn, striking them down before they could reach your soul. You may ask, Lord, why would you allow such an attack? I allowed it so that you could see how real the spiritual realm is. I allowed it so that your faith could grow stronger than fear. And I allowed it so that you would know how deeply I love you. Because though they plotted in darkness, I never let their curse find a home in your spirit. Every attack against your joy was recorded in heaven. Every false word spoken against your name reached my ears. And tonight, every one of those words is being reversed. Where there was curse, I now declare blessing. Where there was confusion, I now release clarity. Where there was heaviness, I now pour peace. Child, I am surrounding you with light so bright that no darkness can remain. You are not under attack anymore. You are under my covering. You will notice signs in the coming days. People who once felt heavy to be around will begin to drift away. You will feel lighter, more peaceful, more focused. Doors that were mysteriously closed will begin to open again. The cloud that followed you will disappear. This is not coincidence. This is deliverance. Do not fear that woman anymore. Pity her, for she chose darkness over love. Do not speak her name in anger, but instead say, Lord, forgive her and bless me with peace. Because forgiveness is your weapon now. When you forgive, you remove every last hook of darkness from your energy. Forgiveness closes the door the enemy used to reach you. My child, listen carefully. The enemy cannot curse what I have already blessed. You are chosen, protected, and covered by divine armor. From this day, speak no more of fear. Instead, say aloud, I am covered by God's light. I am untouchable in His power. Say it now, and let the vibration of faith move through your home. Even as you declare it, angels are strengthening your walls, cleansing your atmosphere, and filling your life with holy energy. This is your moment of reversal. Now, to seal this word, act in faith. If you believe that Archangel Michael has already broken the invisible attack, write in the comments, I believe in God's protection. If you feel this message has touched your soul, show a gesture of gratitude to heaven, a symbolic act of faith for your deliverance. Your words and your faith activate my power. Speak, believe, and receive, for your victory has already been written in heaven. The woman in the black veil, my beloved child, now I must show you what has been hidden from your eyes. In the realm of spirit, not all faces are what they appear to be. Some wear the mask of kindness, yet their hearts echo the whispers of envy. I am revealing this to you not to create fear, but to bring understanding. Because the one who tried to harm you did not come as an enemy. She came disguised as a friend. She smiled when she saw you rise, but in her soul, a seed of jealousy grew. She looked at the light I placed within you and could not bear its brightness. Her own spirit was shadowed by comparison, and the darkness began to speak to her. She turned to forbidden paths, to rituals, to words not meant for the tongue of my children. And in one night, under the covering of shadows, she performed what she believed would bind your progress, cloud your blessings, and silence your peace. She thought no one would ever know. She thought she could hide beneath a black veil, a spiritual veil woven from bitterness and secrecy. But nothing escapes my sight. I am the Lord, and my eyes pierce through all veils. I saw her light the candle in anger. I saw her whisper your name with malice. I saw her tears of envy fall upon the earth as she called upon the darkness. What she did not know is that I do not sleep. Before she even spoke your name, Archangel Michael had already been positioned beside you. His wings covered your home. His sword of light was drawn. Every curse she spoke turned back into confusion. Every dark command she gave fell to the ground, powerless. Because no one can curse what I have already blessed. Still, my child, I want you to learn from this revelation. The woman in the black veil is not just one person. She is a symbol of every spirit that tries to use deceit to break your faith. There will always be people drawn to your light but uncomfortable in its glow. They may flatter you in public, but speak doubt in secret. They may pretend to care, yet celebrate when you struggle. That is why I am giving you this wisdom. Guard your spirit. Not everyone who calls you friend walks in the light. Test every spirit with love, and I will give you discernment to see beyond the veil. The woman who acted against you has already been confronted by her own darkness. Her works have returned to her doorstep. The shadows she sent have chained her spirit. For I am a God of justice, and I will not allow my chosen ones to be devoured by wickedness. Do not let this fill you with hatred. Instead, let it awaken your discernment. The enemy often wears a familiar face. That is why I, your Father, am sharpening your vision, so you will no longer be deceived by smiles that hide envy. You will begin to notice it now. The next time you look into the eyes of someone pretending to care, your heart will feel uneasy. That is my spirit warning you. Listen to that inner stirring. It is not fear, it is protection. From this moment forward, no shadow will touch you unnoticed. I have wrapped you in my light, and I have commanded my angels to stand at every corner of your life. The woman in the black veil can no longer reach you. Her words have turned into silence. Her power has faded into dust. Now, speak these words aloud. I am covered by God's divine light. No weapon of darkness can touch me. I walk in faith, not in fear. Say it again, louder this time, until your spirit feels strength rise inside you. You are free. You are covered. You are untouchable in my power. As you receive this revelation, seal it with your faith. Write in the comments, "I walk in God's light." Declare it publicly, so the enemy knows that you are no longer afraid. And if this message touched your heart, show your gratitude to heaven through a symbolic act of faith. Do something good, share light, speak kindness, or bless another soul today in my name. For every act of faith you perform, a door of blessing will open. The veil has been lifted. The truth has been revealed. You are protected, and your destiny remains unshaken. The symptoms of the curse. My beloved child, before the light breaks through, I must show you how the darkness tried to hide within your days. Many have been under attack and did not even know it. They thought it was bad luck, or fatigue, or confusion. But it was the shadow of a curse trying to drain their spirit. You have felt it too. The sudden tiredness that comes even after rest. The unexpected arguments that appear out of nowhere. The feeling that something unseen watches you. That peace escapes your hands like sand through your fingers. These are not coincidences. These are symptoms of a spiritual chain trying to pull you down. At first, it was subtle. You woke up with heaviness in your chest. You lost things easily. You forgot what once was clear. The joy you used to carry became silent, and laughter began to sound distant. That is when you knew something was shifting around you, but you could not explain it. The enemy wanted you to believe you were powerless. He wanted you to think you were unlucky, that blessings were running away from you. But I tell you the truth, nothing can escape the hands of the one I protect. The curse tried to settle upon your shoulders, but it found no resting place, because my spirit guards your home. Even the people around you began to change. Some grew distant for no reason. Others became easily irritated. This too was part of the attack. The darkness uses confusion to divide the hearts that walk together. It whispers in the ears of those near you, turning peace into misunderstanding. But I, the Lord your God, have seen every attempt, and I have not allowed the curse to complete its work. It came close, yes, but Archangel Michael stood before it like a wall of flame. Every word spoken against you became smoke. Every chain forged in secret melted before the fire of my justice. Yet I want you to learn from this. When spiritual pressure rises, do not despair. Do not believe the lies that tell you you are forgotten. Instead, look to me and say aloud, "The Lord is my defender. The curse has no power over me." Each time you say these words, light breaks into your atmosphere. The shadows retreat. The very air in your room changes because faith is sound that heaven recognizes. Child, listen carefully. The enemy feeds on fear, but faith starves him. When you pray even in weakness, you are strong in my sight. When you choose peace instead of panic, angels draw near. That is how you break every symptom of the curse, not by fear, but by faith. Tonight, I am releasing healing into your emotions. The anxiety you carried is dissolving. The sleepless nights are ending. Your body will feel lighter. Your dreams will become clear again. Because I am purging the residue of darkness from your spirit. In the coming days, you will see small signs that the curse has lifted. A sudden opportunity will appear where there was none. Someone who had ignored you will call again. Your energy will return. These are not coincidences. They are signs that my light has taken back its rightful place in your life. Now, lift your hands and declare, "I am free from every hidden curse. I am surrounded by divine fire. I walk in the peace of God." Speak it with conviction. As you do, I command angels to reinforce the walls around your home. No more sleepless nights. No more silent heaviness. The symptoms are gone. The curse is broken. To seal this moment of freedom, I ask you to write in the comments, "I am free in God's name." Let every person who reads it see the testimony of your deliverance. And if this message has touched your heart, show a symbolic act of gratitude today. Share this message with someone who needs hope. Speak a blessing over your family, or give kindness where it is needed. Acts of faith open doors that words alone cannot. The darkness has been defeated. The curse is finished. You are walking into restoration. The demonic interference. My beloved child, now that the veil has been lifted and the symptoms have been revealed, I must show you the force that stood behind it all. For what you have faced was not merely human jealousy, it was the hand of the enemy, working through weakness, envy, and fear. The woman who spoke your name in darkness opened a gate she could not control. Through her words, shadows entered. And behind those shadows were spirits that sought to disturb what I have ordained for you. They whispered confusion, they clouded your thoughts, they sent heaviness into your heart so that you would stop praying, stop believing, stop hoping. But I, the Lord, was watching. Nothing the enemy does escapes my sight. I saw the interference forming. I heard the plotting of demons as they sought to block your destiny. They moved like smoke, silent but suffocating, hoping to wrap around your mind and cut off your faith. Every time you felt sudden sadness for no reason, every time you doubted your worth, every time you thought of giving up, it was their whisper. But my voice has always been stronger. Even when you were silent, I was speaking inside you. Even when you cried in secret, Archangel Michael stood guard, burning away the invisible cords that tried to hold you. Child, listen carefully. Demonic interference always comes in three forms: confusion, exhaustion, and distraction. It makes you question what you already know. It drains you so you will not pray. It keeps your eyes on the problem so you will forget the promise. But tonight, that interference ends, for I have sent my command. Enough. The spirits that tried to confuse your path are being silenced. The dark wind that circled your home is now still. The interference in your emotions, your family, your finances is being cleared by the flame of my angels. You may feel something shifting even as you hear this, a lightness returning to your body, a peace settling over your mind. That is not imagination. That is deliverance. You are being released from every invisible influence that was not from me. And now, I declare over you clarity of mind, strength of spirit, renewal of purpose. You will think clearly again. You will pray with power again. You will dream without fear. For every demon that interfered with your peace, I have assigned an angel to guard your joy. Where the enemy sent confusion, I am sending revelation. Where he sent delay, I am releasing acceleration. From this night on, you will sense when something dark tries to enter your space. You will feel it, and your spirit will immediately rise in authority. You will speak my name, and the interference will vanish, because no darkness can stand where my light is declared. Now, my child, lift your voice and say aloud, God's light fills my home. Every interference is gone. I walk in the victory of the Lord. Say it 3 times if you must, until the peace becomes tangible in your soul. You are not the victim of darkness. You are the vessel of my light. I have broken the interference. I have restored your peace. I have claimed your future. To seal this victory, write in the comments, the interference is broken. God has restored my peace. Let heaven see your declaration, and let hell hear your faith. And if this message touched your heart, express your gratitude to heaven with a simple act of faith. Share this word, pray for another soul, or speak kindness where there was once anger. Every act of gratitude opens another door of blessing. The demonic interference is gone. The angels stand guard. Now, walk forward, child, in the light that no darkness can overcome. My beloved child, while the shadows worked in secret, I was never far from you. Every time you felt alone, my presence surrounded you like the quiet air that keeps you breathing. Every tear that fell was seen, and every prayer, even the ones you whispered half asleep, reached my throne. When the enemy thought his plan was complete, I spoke one word, intervene, and heaven moved instantly. Archangel Michael descended with his sword of blue flame, and the heavens shook. The dark spirits that had tangled themselves around your life were thrown back into silence. The very atmosphere around you began to change. Where there was tension, peace began to settle. Where there was confusion, clarity started to bloom. You may have felt a sudden stillness, a strange calm after the storm. That was the sound of victory. My child, you were never abandoned. You were being rescued. The divine intervention is not a story from long ago. It is happening in you now. I am correcting what was twisted. I am healing what was hidden. I am restoring what was stolen. Every delay that the darkness placed before you is being turned into acceleration. I have ordered the angels of prosperity to reopen the paths that were blocked. I have commanded the angels of peace to fill your nights with rest again. I have spoken to the angels of guidance to stand at the crossroads of your future. Watch how quickly things begin to shift. The phone call that never came will arrive. The opportunity that seemed impossible will reappear. The strength you thought was gone will return like morning light. This is my doing, my hand reaching into time to favor you. So do not doubt what you are feeling. The warmth spreading through your chest as you hear these words is my spirit confirming the truth. The intervention is real. I am turning your tears into testimony. When I move completely. The curse cannot remain half broken. The blessing cannot remain half delivered. I finish what I begin. Now lift your face toward me and speak these words aloud. Lord, I receive your divine intervention. What was lost is returning. What was broken is restored. Say it again until faith rises inside you like fire. As you speak, the heavens record your declaration. Angels mark this moment as the beginning of your restoration. You are not meant to remain in struggle. I am moving you into peace, favor, and abundance, not as a reward for perfection, but as a sign of my mercy. Prepare your heart for unexpected blessings in the days ahead. A message will come, an opportunity will open, or a person will appear carrying the answer you prayed for. Do not question it. Receive it with gratitude. Now, to seal this word, write in the comments, I receive the divine intervention. Let your words be your testimony before heaven. And if this message touched your heart, express your gratitude through an act of faith. Thank God aloud. Share this message with someone who needs hope, or perform a kind deed in my name. Every act of gratitude multiplies the blessing. You are walking out of darkness into light. You are standing under divine protection. This is your season of intervention. My child, as the darkness gathered around you, thinking you were unprotected, heaven prepared for battle. I did not remain silent. I called upon my hosts, and the skies above your life began to stir. When I spoke the command, the heavens trembled with power. Archangel Michael rose with the flame of divine fire in his hands, and from his wings came a sound the earth could not contain, the clash of celestial swords, the music of justice, the anthem of deliverance. That sound, my child, was for you. Each strike of light that burst across the heavens carried your name. Each flash of blue fire cut through the cords of fear and despair that tried to bind you. As Michael and his legions descended, the spirits of deceit fled in confusion. They could not bear the sound of my warriors. They covered their ears and scattered into shadows, for no darkness can withstand the roar of heaven's army. You may not have seen it, but your soul felt it. That sudden surge of peace, that moment when your heart calmed and your breathing steadied, it was not random. It was the moment my angel struck the final blow. Every curse that lingered, every word spoken against you, every chain that tried to hold your future, shattered in the sound of celestial swords. This is what victory feels like in the spirit realm. It is quiet afterward, almost unreal, because the war was fought where eyes cannot see. But know this, the battle was real, and you have already won. You are standing in the aftermath of divine war, and in the ruins of what the enemy built, I am raising something new, a season of restoration, prosperity, and peace that will silence every voice that doubted you. You will notice changes around you. Attention will lift from your home. Conversations that once ended in conflict will flow again with peace. The air itself will feel lighter. This is not coincidence. It is evidence, for when heaven fights, earth shifts. Child, you must remember this sound, the sound of celestial swords, because whenever fear tries to return, it will remind you that the angels are still near. They have not left your side. They stand ready to defend your heart, your family, and your future. I want you to speak now with authority. The angels of God are fighting for me. My victory is sealed in heaven. Say it aloud, and let your voice echo through the atmosphere. Every time you speak it, the spiritual realm remembers who you belong to. Do not live in fear of what others can do. Do not let whispers or envy disturb your peace. For one swing of Michael's sword is enough to silence 1,000 lies. You are chosen. You are guarded. You are free. Now, to seal this word, write in the comments, "The angels have fought for me. My victory is complete." Let your faith speak publicly. Heaven moves through your confession. And if this message has touched your heart, show your gratitude through an act of faith. Give kindness, speak life, forgive, or share this message with someone who needs it. Every act of gratitude is a light sent back to heaven. The sound of celestial swords still echoes around you. Walk in peace, my child, for the war is over, and the light has prevailed. The breaking of the curse. My child, hear me now. What was once binding you is finished. The curse that tried to hold you has no power left. When my light enters a place, the darkness has no choice but to flee. In the invisible world, chains are breaking even as these words reach your ears. You may not see them, but your soul will soon feel the release. The pressure on your heart will lift. The confusion in your mind will fade. The weight on your shoulders will fall away. The enemy built his web with words of fear, jealousy, and despair, but my breath has blown upon it, and it has disintegrated into dust. Every trap that was set for you has collapsed under the weight of my glory. You are not cursed. You are consecrated. You are not a victim of witchcraft. You are a vessel of divine power. There were nights when you doubted your strength. There were days when your heart questioned my silence. But all along, I was working. I was gathering the fragments of your broken faith and shaping them into a shield stronger than before. Now I speak this decree. The curse is broken, and the blessing has begun. Everything the darkness stole, your peace, your health, your clarity, your joy, is being restored. Not gradually, but suddenly. You will sense the shift in your atmosphere. You will feel like a heavy door has opened. You will notice favor returning where it was denied. Because I, the Lord, am making all things new. Do not fear the past. The curse cannot follow you into the light. Do not speak about what was lost. Instead, speak of what is being reborn, for I have rewritten your story. The same people who doubted you will watch your restoration and know that I have touched your life. Now, lift your voice and say, "The curse is broken. I am free in the power of God." Say it with faith. Let heaven record it as your declaration of freedom. And when you see blessings begin to unfold in the coming days, do not keep them hidden. Testify. Speak. Let others know that my mercy has no limits. Write in the comments, "The curse is broken. I walk in divine freedom." Let the world read your declaration and join your victory. If this message filled your heart with hope, show your gratitude through an act of faith. Share this word. Pray for someone who is still struggling, or choose to forgive where you once felt pain. Gratitude multiplies grace. Kindness opens new doors. Walk now in light, child of God. The curse is broken forever. My child, now that the curse has been shattered and the shadows have fallen away, the heavens burn brighter around you. The night has not disappeared forever. Darkness still moves at the edges of the world, but I will not leave you unguarded. The one who carried my flame into the battle still stands beside you. His fire does not fade. It watches, it purifies, it protects. Now listen and understand the mystery of the blue fire of Michael. The blue fire of Michael the First, the Lord your God, speak to you about the flame that no storm can extinguish. When I created my archangels, I clothed Michael in a fire unlike any other. It is not the red fire of judgment, nor the golden fire of glory. It is the blue fire of divine protection. Its color is the calm of the heavens, the depth of the oceans, the strength that does not boast, but endures forever. This is the fire that now surrounds you. You cannot see it with your eyes, but your spirit will feel it like warmth on the coldest night. It is burning through the remnants of darkness that once tried to cling to you. It is clearing the air around your home, purifying every space where fear once whispered. The blue fire moves like breath. It does not destroy the innocent, but it consumes what is unclean. Every hidden trace of envy, every unseen dart of malice, every word that carried poison is turning to smoke in its light. Michael stands where you cannot stand. His wings stretch beyond the walls of your house, forming a circle of flame that no curse can cross. When he swings his sword, the fire flows from its edge like living water. Demons tremble at the sight of that flame because they know what it means. The authority of heaven has arrived. You have wondered, Lord, why do I sometimes feel heat when I pray, or a stillness that presses on my chest? It is the presence of that fire. It comes to remind you that you are not alone. It teaches your soul to recognize holiness, to know the difference between light and imitation. Understand this: the blue fire of Michael is not a punishment. It is a cleansing. It burns away fear so that faith can breathe freely again. It burns away bitterness so that joy can grow. It burns away the lies you believed about yourself until only the truth remains, that you are mine. Wherever you walk, the flame goes before you. It stands between you and danger. It lights your path when decisions seem uncertain. And at night, when you sleep, it glows quietly around your bed like a wall of peace. Child, I am telling you this so that you will not be afraid when you sense its nearness. Do not hide from holiness. Do not think the warmth means judgment. It means protection. It means that Michael has heard my command and will not leave your side. Every time you pray, imagine that blue light expanding around you. See it wrapping your loved ones, your work, your home. Speak these words: the fire of God surrounds me. The sword of Michael guards me. No darkness can cross this light. When you speak, heaven listens. The more you declare it, the stronger the flame becomes, because faith is the breath that keeps it alive. Soon, you will notice changes again. Your dreams will grow peaceful. You will sense guidance before confusion. Strangers will feel drawn to your calm and not know why. It is the reflection of the blue fire upon your spirit. Remember, my child, light is not fragile. It does not fear darkness. Darkness fears it. So walk boldly, speak kindly, pray without ceasing. Every moment that you live in gratitude strengthens the fire around you. Now, seal this revelation with faith. Write in the comments, "The blue fire of Michael surrounds me." Let your words declare what your heart already knows. And if this message has touched you, express your gratitude to heaven through an act of faith. Share this word with someone who needs protection. Forgive an old hurt. Speak a blessing aloud. Each act of light adds another spark to the flame that guards you. The blue fire burns still. It will not fade. It will lead you through every shadow until the day you stand in perfect light. My child, the blue fire of my archangel still burns around you. The air is clearer, the weight is gone, and peace has begun to settle where fear once lived. Now I will teach you to recognize what this means. Deliverance is not an idea. It is an unfolding reality. You will see it, feel it, and walk in it. Open your heart and listen, for these are the signs of your deliverance. I, the Lord your God, am faithful in every promise. When I break a chain, I do not leave the fragments to cut you again. I sweep them away and make the ground beneath you new. Yet many of my children are delivered and do not see it. They look for thunder when I come as dawn. So I will tell you the signs by which you will know that I, the Lord, have set you free. The first sign is peace, where there was noise. You will wake and notice the silence, not emptiness, but stillness. The mind that once raced through worry will rest as though held in gentle hands. Even when problems appear, you will feel a calm that cannot be explained. That is my peace, the mark that the oppressor has been driven out. The second sign is clarity in your thoughts. The fog that once made decisions heavy will lift. You will look at the same circumstances and suddenly see the way through them. That is because the spirit of confusion has been silenced. My wisdom, like a lamp, is lighting your next steps. The third sign is renewed strength in your body and spirit. What was once fatigue will turn into endurance. You will rise in the morning with purpose instead of dread. The heaviness that wrapped your shoulders will dissolve like smoke. Even your voice will sound different because life has returned to it. The fourth sign is reconnection. People meant to bless you, those whose paths were blocked by darkness, will begin to find their way back. Messages will come. Forgiveness will flow. Relationships distorted by envy will begin to heal or quietly release, and you will feel gratitude instead of loss. The fifth sign is unexpected favor. Things that once required endless effort will suddenly move easily. Where doors were sealed, they will open with little strength from you. This is not luck. It is the rearrangement of heaven on your behalf. The sixth sign is joy without reason. You will laugh at small things again. You will feel beauty in ordinary moments. Joy will return not because all is perfect, but because I, the Lord, dwell again in the center of your being. That joy is proof that your spirit is no longer captive. And the final sign is a hunger for light. You will want to pray. You will want to bless others. You will crave truth and kindness and quiet time in my presence. This hunger is not weakness. It is evidence of health. The soul delivered from darkness always thirsts for more of the light that freed it. These are not distant promises. They are already beginning. Look closely at your days. Notice how the heaviness fades when you speak my name. Notice how arguments stop before they begin, how rest reaches you at night. These are the gentle footsteps of deliverance walking through your life. Do not let doubt steal them. When the enemy whispers that nothing has changed, answer him. It is written, whom God sets free is free indeed. Speak it aloud, and every lingering shadow will scatter. I tell you truly, the signs will multiply. Your finances will stabilize. Your home will feel brighter. People will remark that you look different, not knowing that glory rests upon you. This is deliverance manifested, inside out, not outside in. Remember also, gratitude anchors freedom. A thankful heart keeps the door shut against the returning storm. Each time you give thanks, you strengthen the walls I have built around you. Now, lift your face and declare, I see the signs of my deliverance. I walk in peace, clarity, and joy. Say it once for your mind, once for your heart, and once for your future. And when this chapter ends, seal it publicly. Write in the comments, my deliverance is real. Let your testimony become light for someone still searching. If this message has touched your spirit, show gratitude through an act of faith. Pray for someone bound by fear. Share this word. Speak kindness into a place of bitterness. Every act of faith feeds the fire of freedom. The signs of deliverance are upon you. Do not look backward. Look to the horizon, for dawn has begun. My child, you have walked through shadow and seen my hand scatter the darkness. You have felt the air grow lighter and the weight lift from your shoulders. Now it is time for a different wind to blow, the wind of restoration. What was lost, delayed, or stolen through fear and confusion will begin to return. The season of survival ends, and the season of increase begins. I am the Lord who gives, and the Lord who renews. The enemy thought that if he touched your resources, he could silence your worship. He believed that lack would make you forget me. Yet I watched as you remained faithful in the valley, still whispering prayers when there was little left to give. That faith has called my blessing back toward you. Every seed of trust you planted in pain is ready to bloom in peace. Do not measure prosperity by numbers alone. It begins first in the soul. When your mind rests in gratitude, the ground of your life becomes fertile again. From that soil, opportunities will rise. Ideas will return that you once abandoned. The strength to finish what you started will flow through you like clear water. That is my spirit breathing prosperity back into your hands. The restoration will come in stages so that your heart can learn balance. I will not pour a flood until your foundation is ready to hold it. First, you will notice small provisions, unexpected help, favor in daily matters, relief from debts or burdens. Then, as you walk faithfully, the doors you thought sealed will open with little effort. Where others struggle to reach, I will lift you. Understand this mystery. Prosperity is not the reward of greed, but the reflection of alignment. When your actions mirror my truth, creation itself cooperates with you. Work becomes lighter, wisdom sharper, and opportunities align as if guided by invisible hands. That is not coincidence, that is covenant. The curse that once twisted your finances and your confidence is broken. The cycle of almost enough, of beginning and losing, ends tonight. I am teaching your spirit to receive abundance without fear. Do not sabotage what I am giving by speaking disbelief. Say instead, my life is fertile, my hands are blessed. Let those words fall like rain on the soil of your destiny. You will notice signs of restoration. Projects that once failed will gain sudden momentum. Contacts that vanished will reappear with new purpose. People who ignored your gifts will now see their value. Even your environment will respond. The atmosphere around your home will feel lighter, and peace will replace tension. Every blessing has purpose. I restore you not only for comfort, but for influence. Others will look to you as proof that faith survives famine. When they ask how you rebuilt, speak my name, for it was I who rebuilt you. Prosperity given without remembrance of its source becomes pride. Prosperity received with humility becomes testimony. Guard your heart as I increase you. Wealth is not evil, but love of it blinds the eyes. Keep generosity as the gate through which every blessing flows. When you give mercy, you make room for more. When you forgive debts, emotional or material, you create space for new provision. The river that gives freely never runs dry. I will also restore the prosperity of relationships. Misunderstandings will resolve, and communication will flow again. The peace of your home is part of your wealth. Harmony is currency in heaven. Protect it. Speak gently. Bless your household daily, for words are investments that yield eternal return. My child, lift your hands and repeat after me. Lord, you are my provider. You restore all that was lost. I receive your abundance with gratitude. Speak it until belief replaces doubt. As you do, angels move through the corridors of your future, preparing alignments and introductions you could never arrange alone. What was withheld is being released. What was delayed is accelerating. You will not chase blessing. Blessing will chase you. Do not worry about timing. Each day will bring its own proof. A phone call, a letter, a small breakthrough will arrive as confirmation that I am near. Keep record of them. These are the footprints of restoration. When larger blessings come, and they will, you will remember that they began with tiny mercies. Now, my beloved, let gratitude anchor this promise. Write in the comments, my prosperity is being restored by God. Let your declaration echo through heaven's courts and remind the darkness that its claim is void. And if these words stirred faith within you, express your gratitude through an act of faith. Thank me aloud. Share this message with someone who has lost hope, or bless another soul as you have been blessed. Every good deed spoken in my name multiplies the abundance I send. Walk forward with courage. Look not at what was taken, but at what is returning. The same hand that lifted you from shadow now opens the storehouses of light. This is the hour of restoration. This is the rebirth of your prosperity. The restoration of family and finances. My child, prosperity is not complete while your household trembles or your table stands in worry. What I rebuild whole. I do not restore half a life. I heal the circle. Tonight, I am reaching into the two places the enemy struck hardest, your family and your provision, and I am breathing life into both. You have prayed for harmony. You have cried when the people you loved most could not hear each other, when small disagreements became walls, when distance grew where laughter once lived. But I tell you now, reconciliation has already begun. I am softening hearts that have been hard for years. I am pulling down the unseen pride that kept apology from the lips of those who were meant to stand together. You will see conversation return where silence ruled. You will hear forgiveness spoken in tones you thought were lost. The restoration of family is my favorite miracle, for it mirrors my own heart. I created families to reflect my love. Many voices, one purpose. When division entered, it was never my will. It was the whisper of fear and misunderstanding. But my light exposes every false story the enemy planted between you. Even now, angels move among your household, touching minds and memories, reminding each heart of its original tenderness. Do not cling to old arguments. Let them dissolve. Speak gently, even when you feel unseen. Bless, even when gratitude has not yet returned. Every act of kindness is a seed in the soil of reconciliation. You will see them sprout soon. Some of your family may not yet know me, but your endurance will draw them. They will notice the peace on your face and crave it. Do not preach with impatience. Live with compassion. My spirit will speak louder through your calm than through 1,000 debates. In time, their resistance will melt. You will share prayer again across one table. And as I mend your relationship, I am also rebuilding your financial foundation. For too long you have carried the tension of lack, the dread of bills, the exhaustion of trying to stretch what was never enough. But I am the God who multiplies small loaves into abundance. You will soon realize that what you feared was not the absence of money, but the absence of direction. I am bringing order to your provision. You will begin to notice opportunities where you once saw walls. Skills long ignored will start to draw attention. A forgotten idea will stir inside you, and I will send confirmation through unexpected encouragement. When you act on it, doors will open naturally. This is not coincidence, it is orchestration. I am aligning resources, contacts, and timing so that your effort multiplies. Do not chase wealth for pride, pursue purpose, and wealth will follow. The currency of heaven flows through meaning. When what you do blesses others, I ensure that it blesses you as well. I will teach you to hold abundance lightly, not as possession, but as partnership. The restoration of your finances will happen the same way I mend your family, quietly at first, then unmistakably. Debts will reduce, needs will be met before you can speak them. Offers will appear without explanation, and gratitude will fill the spaces where anxiety used to live. Guard this new season. Speak faith over your work each morning. Before you open your hands to receive, open your mouth to bless. Words create atmosphere. Atmosphere shapes outcome. Say often, "The Lord provides for me and for my house. Peace and plenty dwell here." Those words invite my order to remain. Do not be surprised when reconciliation and provision come together. When peace rules your home, your mind becomes clear. And when your mind is clear, wisdom guides your labor. The two are bound. That is why I restore them side by side. I will also heal the inner pattern of worry that money left behind. You learned to brace yourself for disappointment, to expect the sudden loss. I am rewriting that reflex. From now on, expect continuity, expect stability, expect increase. My blessing does not flicker like a candle. It burns steady like the sun. Remember what I have already done. You survived the storm that was meant to break you. If I could bring you through darkness, surely I can bring you into balance. Stop measuring your future by yesterday's struggle. Measure it by my promise. Now, lift your voice and declare, "Peace fills my home. Provision flows into my life. God's restoration is complete." Say it until you feel it settle in your chest. These words are not wishful thinking. They are agreement with heaven. Angels respond to alignment. When you speak faith, they move to secure what has been spoken. Write it where others can see. In the comments, declare, "My family and my finances are restored." Let the testimony travel beyond your walls. It will strengthen another weary heart. And if this message touched your spirit, show gratitude through an act of faith. Thank me in prayer. Speak reconciliation where there is silence, or share a blessing with someone in need. Every act of light widens the circle of your restoration. The time of division and scarcity is finished. I am teaching you to live in abundance of love and sufficiency of provision. Walk forward, child, into a house filled with peace and hands filled with purpose. This is your season of wholeness, a new season of peace and purpose. There comes a point in every journey when the noise begins to fade and the heart can finally hear itself again. After the struggle, after the long nights of worry, there arrives a stillness that feels almost unfamiliar. It's the quiet that follows healing. It's the sound of life rebuilding itself from the inside out. If you've walked through conflict, loss, or scarcity, you know that peace rarely arrives with fireworks. It comes in whispers. It slips through the cracks of an ordinary day and surprises you with its gentleness. One morning you realize that your breathing is steady, your shoulders are no longer tight, and the constant questions in your mind have softened into trust. That is how peace begins. Small, but strong enough to change everything. This new season is about learning to live from that quiet strength. You are not the same person who entered the storm. You have discovered resilience you didn't know you possessed, and with it comes clarity. The goals that once felt scattered now line up into focus. The relationships that drained you are losing power, and the people who uplift you are drawing closer. What once felt like chaos is organizing itself into purpose. Healing always reorders priorities. When you are no longer fighting for survival, you can listen to your deeper calling. For many, that means reconnecting with creativity, the ideas that waited patiently while anxiety took the stage. It might mean reinvesting in your family or taking the first step toward a dream long postponed. Whatever shape it takes, the new purpose will not rush you. It will invite you. Peace does not mean an absence of challenge. It means the ability to stand centered while challenge passes through. You can learn to face uncertainty without panic, to hold steady when others react. That is inner prosperity, and from it, outer prosperity grows naturally. Money, opportunities, and recognition follow stability of mind because calm people make clear decisions. When you are no longer desperate, you can finally be deliberate. Take time to notice how far you've come. The effort to heal deserves acknowledgement. Many people overlook this step. They rush from recovery into another race. But pause. Look back at the distance between who you were and who you are now. Gratitude transforms progress into permanence. You may also feel a quiet pull to forgive yourself, others, even the circumstances that forced you to change. Forgiveness is not approval of what happened. It is permission for yourself to move on. Carrying resentment keeps you anchored to the past. Releasing it frees your energy for creation. Every time you choose understanding over bitterness, you expand your capacity for peace. Financially, emotionally, and spiritually, balance will begin to show itself through small, measurable shifts. Bills will resolve, unexpected help will appear, ideas will find practical form. These are the signs of life returning to order. Treat each one as confirmation that you're aligned with growth, not luck. And remember that giving, of time, skill, or compassion, is one of the fastest ways to keep the cycle of abundance flowing. What we share in gratitude multiplies. So step gently into this new chapter. Let each morning begin with a simple statement. Today, I choose peace. Repeat it until your body believes it. When challenges appear, breathe before reacting. When success comes, receive it with humility. Consistency and small choices will build the foundation for the big ones that lie ahead. This is not the end of your journey. It's the establishment of your rhythm. Life will still have movement, high and low, but your center will remain anchored. You will handle what comes with wisdom earned from everything you've survived. And from that wisdom will flow influence. Your calm presence will steady others. Your story will remind them that healing is possible. If this message resonates with you, pause for a moment. Reflect on one thing that has recently begun to heal in your life. Speak gratitude for it, quietly or aloud, and notice how the act itself brings warmth. Gratitude is the bridge between peace and purpose. The more you cross it, the wider it becomes. Finally, share your acknowledgement. Write in the comments, "I choose peace and purpose." Let those words anchor the intention within you and inspire anyone who still stands in the middle of their own storm. And as a personal act of faith, find one tangible way to pass peace forward today. Check on a friend, offer encouragement, forgive a debt, or volunteer your time. These small acts multiply the calm you've been given. Your new season has already begun. Carry yourself gently through it. The world may still turn quickly, but you no longer need to chase it. You are walking in step with peace, and peace will keep pace with you. Living in gratitude and growth. Every turning point in life begins with two simple words, thank you. They open the door to everything that follows. Gratitude is not just a polite habit. It's a form of awareness. It notices what is working instead of what is missing. It transforms ordinary days into evidence that you are cared for and supported, even when things aren't perfect. When people look for miracles, they often imagine thunder and lightning, but real transformation usually enters quietly through appreciation. Gratitude softens the heart, clears the mind, and creates space for growth. When you begin to recognize what's already good, the universe seems to hand you more of it. It's not magic, it's focused. What you water with attention grows. Start small. Each morning, before the world demands your attention, name 3 things that are steady in your life. They might be as simple as a roof, a friend's message, or the way sunlight reaches your window. Say them out loud if you can. Speaking gratitude gives it shape. It changes your posture. It lifts your head. Throughout the day, look for small reasons to pause and breathe thanks. A kind word, a solved problem, a lesson learned. Acknowledge them. When you do, your body relaxes, your thinking becomes clearer, and decisions feel less pressured. Gratitude returns you to the present, and growth happens only in the present. Living in gratitude doesn't mean denying pain. It means seeing beyond it. Everyone carries challenges, everyone meets disappointment, but gratitude says, even here, something is still good. Even now, something can still teach me. That perspective doesn't erase struggle. It gives it meaning. You learn, adapt, and rise stronger because you chose to look for light in the dark. Growth is the natural next step after gratitude. Once you notice blessings, you begin to protect them and expand them. You start to treat your time, your relationships, and your body as valuable. You ask better questions. What can I improve? What do I need to release? What matters most? These questions are the roots of maturity. Sometimes growth asks you to let go. The people or habits that once felt essential may no longer fit the person you're becoming. That's not failure, it's evolution. Trees shed leaves so that new ones can grow. In the same way, you release old patterns to make space for new insight. Letting go with gratitude honors what was and welcomes what will be. At other times, growth calls you to stretch, to learn a skill, to take a risk, to speak when silence once felt safer. Gratitude gives you the confidence to try, because it reminds you that you've already survived harder days. You know you can trust yourself to adapt again. If you stay faithful to these small practices, your perspective will shift from scarcity to sufficiency. You will begin to notice opportunities in places where others see only limits. You will collaborate more easily, listen with patience, and inspire trust. Gratitude and growth turn reaction into response, fear into curiosity, and survival into creation. One of the most powerful exercises you can do at the end of each week is reflection. Write down 3 things you're grateful for and 1 thing you learned. This habit trains the mind to record progress instead of failure. Over time, those pages become evidence that you are moving forward, even when progress feels slow. It's also important to share gratitude. When you thank someone sincerely, you reinforce connection. When you express appreciation for a service, a gesture, or a moment of understanding, you multiply goodwill. The energy you send returns, often in unexpected ways. Gratitude spoken aloud heals both the giver and the receiver. Remember that growth isn't constant acceleration, it's rhythm. There will be days of action and days of rest. Gratitude allows you to value both. On active days, thank the strength that lets you move. On quiet days, thank the stillness that lets you recharge. Balance is not a reward, it's the design of a healthy life. If you stumble, return to thankfulness. If you succeed, anchor it in thankfulness. Gratitude keeps you humble when you rise and hopeful when you fall. It keeps the heart open to learning, and learning is the path of unending growth. Now, take a moment. Breathe deeply and think of one area in your life that has recently improved, even slightly. Hold that thought for a full breath. That is gratitude. That is growth beginning to root itself. To affirm this shift, write in the comments, "I live in gratitude and growth." Let those words serve as a public reminder of the mindset you are choosing each day. Finally, act on it. Show your gratitude through a practical gesture. Help someone, share knowledge, plant something, encourage a child, forgive a debt. Growth needs motion, and gratitude turns motion into meaning. Keep your eyes open for new chances to learn and to serve. They are the next signs of your unfolding purpose. Life will continue to change shape, but gratitude and growth will keep you steady at the center of it all. This is how transformation becomes lifestyle. One thankful thought, one brave step, repeated until they feel as natural as breathing. Stay present, stay grateful, keep growing. Every season of change eventually asks the same question. What will you do with the peace you've found? Healing is not a finish line, it's a doorway. The purpose of recovery is not to return to what was, but to walk with awareness into what can be. Life keeps moving, and so must you. You have learned to quiet the noise, to find meaning in stillness, and to rebuild from within. Now, the path opens again, not as a repetition of the past, but as an invitation to live differently, more awake, more purposeful, more compassionate. Continuing forward does not mean rushing, it means choosing. Each step becomes an act of participation in your own story. Look at the road behind you with honesty. It is filled with lessons, some painful, some gentle, all necessary. The storms taught endurance, the delays taught patience, the moments of loss taught empathy. None of it was wasted. The strength you now carry is made of every trial you thought would break you. What once felt like endings were actually introductions to resilience. Moving forward begins by releasing comparison. Your journey will not look like anyone else's. When you stop measuring your path against another's timeline, you recover your energy. The point is not to arrive first, but to travel faithfully. Progress built on authenticity lasts longer than progress built on competition. Next, carry forward what nourishes you. Habits that calm the mind, people who speak life into you, goals that align with your values. Leave behind what drains or diminishes. Growth requires space. Peace needs boundaries. You are allowed to choose environments that support your well-being. It is not selfish to protect what you've healed. It is wisdom. There will still be days of doubt. On those days, remember that confidence is not the absence of uncertainty, but the willingness to move through it. Courage grows by motion. Take one small step, and the next will reveal itself. When fear whispers that you are not ready, answer with gratitude. I have survived before. I will rise again. Gratitude disarms fear because it turns focus from lack to possibility. As you walk, Practice reflection without regret. Reflection observes, regret clings. Reflection says, I learned. Regret says, I failed. The first builds wisdom. The second builds walls. Each night, review your day with compassion for yourself. Ask, what went well? What needs care tomorrow? Growth is the sum of small self-corrections done with kindness. Continuing forward also means expanding your compassion outward. Use what you have learned to lighten another's burden. You understand pain, so listen patiently. You understand healing, so encourage gently. The peace you share multiplies. The more light you offer, the brighter your own path becomes. Be patient with timing. Forward motion is rarely straight. It's a winding path with pauses and discoveries. When progress seems slow, remind yourself that roots grow downward before they reach upward. Something is always developing beneath the surface. Trust that unseen work. When the next opportunity appears, you'll be ready, because you didn't abandon the process. Pay attention to joy. It's not a luxury, it's guidance. Joy shows you where alignment lives. Follow the activities and relationships that create genuine satisfaction. They are signposts of direction. When you feel enthusiasm stirring inside you, treat it as a compass. The soul knows the way before the map appears. Keep gratitude alive as your traveling companion. Begin and end each day with a moment of thankfulness. Let that practice steady you when new challenges arise. Gratitude turns forward movement into celebration instead of anxiety. It teaches you that every moment, even difficult ones, has value. You are entering a chapter of contribution. The healing you experienced prepared you to create, to serve, to lead. Whatever form your purpose takes, parenting, teaching, building, caring, it matters. Small acts done with integrity ripple further than you imagine. Someone is waiting to be encouraged by your consistency. The future will ask for courage, but you already carry it. The same endurance that held you through loss will carry you through expansion. The peace you found in solitude will anchor you in community. The lessons written in private will one day guide others publicly. Forward means giving your experience meaning by using it well. So as you stand at this threshold, pause for a deep breath. Feel the ground beneath you. It is solid again. Look ahead. The path is open. You have everything you need to continue. To mark this moment, write in the comments, I choose to continue forward. Let those words be both commitment and celebration. They remind you, and anyone who reads them, that growth is a living choice, renewed each day. Then, express your gratitude through one visible act. Encourage someone who feels lost. Thank a mentor. Start the project you've delayed. Speak kindness into a tense situation. Every act of forward movement reinforces the truth of your progress. You are no longer defined by what hurt you, but refined by what healed you. The future is not waiting to judge you. It's waiting to meet you. Step toward it with calm determination. Keep gratitude in your hands, growth in your heart, and peace in your stride. This is your call to continue forward. Answer it with courage. Live it with grace. And remember, each new step is proof that you were never meant to stay where pain left you. You were always meant to move toward the light. When a long road finally straightens before you, it takes a moment to realize that the hardest part is behind. You pause, look back, and see the distance you've traveled, the doubts you've outgrown, the lessons you've learned, and the strength that quietly replaced fear. The path that once felt impossible now feels like proof that transformation is real. That is what this journey has been about. Discovering that light can return, that peace can rebuild, that faith can outlast every storm. Across these chapters, you've walked through darkness, deliverance, healing, gratitude, and renewal. You've heard the language of resilience and the rhythm of calm returning. And somewhere along the way, the voice that once spoke from a page or a screen began to echo inside you. That echo is the true purpose of every word written here. It is your own strength answering back. The conclusion of a story is never the end of the work. It is the point where learning becomes living, What you've read was never meant to stay as text. It was meant to become practice. Each idea, peace, forgiveness, gratitude, growth, faith, belongs not only to memory, but to movement. The world needs more people who live what they have learned. You are one of them now. Take a breath and look at the quiet victories that have already happened. Perhaps you speak more kindly to yourself. Perhaps you listen longer before judging. Perhaps you rest more easily at night. These are not small changes. They are foundations for an entirely new way of being. Each one proves that healing is not an event, but a process unfolding with every decision you make in awareness. The next part of the journey will depend on small, consistent action. Keep gratitude as your morning ritual. It steadies the mind. Keep kindness as your default response. It opens doors faster than fear ever could. Keep reflection as your evening habit. It turns daily experiences into lessons. Over time, these simple practices will do for your life what time does for wounds. They will close them and replace the pain with wisdom. Growth will continue to test you, but you are no longer unprepared. You've learned that discomfort often signals expansion, that waiting can be a form of progress, and that endings often disguise beginnings. When uncertainty returns, and it will, remember that every time you faced it before, you came out wiser. Trust that pattern. It has never failed you. Peace, once found, must be maintained. It's not a gift you receive once, but a garden you tend daily. Protect your inner space from unnecessary noise, the arguments that go nowhere, the comparisons that shrink your joy, the habits that drain your focus. Replace them with what nurtures you: time in nature, honest conversation, creative work, prayer or reflection, laughter. A peaceful life is built, not granted. Connection is another part of the work. Healing deepens when shared. Tell someone about a lesson that helped you. Encourage a friend who is still struggling. Pass forward the understanding that lifted you. Every time you share hope, you reinforce your own. Your words might become the turning point for someone who still believes that change is impossible. As this series closes, the invitation is simple. Keep walking. Do not wait for conditions to be perfect. They rarely are. Start where you are, with what you have, and trust that clarity will come with motion. You've already proven you can survive the unknown. Now it's time to thrive in it. You might not see immediate results, but the shifts will appear the way dawn appears, slowly, then all at once. The people around you will notice. They will ask what changed, and you will smile, because the answer will be quiet, but true. You did. You chose peace when anger was easier, forgiveness when resentment felt safer, patience when rushing was tempting. Those choices are the real miracle. Hold on to hope, not as a wish, but as a skill. Hope is trained by repetition, by looking for light every day until it becomes instinct. Some mornings, you will wake full of confidence. Others, you'll need to remind yourself that healing is a direction, not a single moment. Keep moving in that direction. Even small steps count. If this journey has spoken to you, take a moment to pause and reflect on what resonated most. Was it a phrase, a chapter, a quiet realization? Let that memory anchor what you've learned. Write in the comment, "I continue this journey with peace and purpose." When you name your intention, you give it weight. Words, spoken or written, are commitments made visible. And then, let your gratitude reach outward. Share this message of hope with others. Send it to someone who might need encouragement. Mention it in a conversation, or use what you've learned to comfort a person facing doubt. Sharing is not about numbers or recognition. It's about keeping the energy of kindness in motion. Every time you pass forward something good, you multiply its impact. Thank you for walking through these pages with openness. Thank you for allowing the ideas to touch the private corners of your heart. The strength you've discovered here was always yours. These words merely reminded you of it. Carry it into your family, your work, your decision. Let it guide you when choices become complicated. Remember that integrity and patience remain the truest signs of faith in motion. If you ever feel lost again, come back to the basics that rebuilt you. Breathe, notice, thank, forgive, continue. These 5 actions are enough to realign your entire being. They form a compass that always points back to balance. The world will keep changing, but peace, gratitude, and compassion are constants. They are the language of resilience that never goes out of season. Speak that language often, in your thoughts, your tone, and your actions, and you will remain centered regardless of what surrounds you. So here we are at the close of this series, but not at the end of your story. The next chapter is unwritten, and your hands hold the pen. Write it with the same courage that brought you this far. Let peace be your paragraph, gratitude your punctuation, and growth your signature. From this moment forward, walk gently but with conviction. Remember that every day is another chance to begin again, to practice what you've learned, and to extend the calm you found to someone else. In doing so, you keep the journey alive. Thank you for reading, reflecting, and growing. May your path stay bright, your heart stay open, and your steps remain steady as you continue forward. If this message gave you strength or comfort, keep the conversation alive. Share it so that someone else can find hope. And remember to follow the channel where you discover messages like this one. When you join the community, you help new stories of peace and renewal reach more people who need them. Together, we can turn quiet moments of reflection into a circle of encouragement that keeps expanding. A short message of faith. Even when the path feels uncertain, remember that light is never truly lost. It only waits for you to look for it again. Have faith in the process. Trust that every step is leading somewhere meaningful, and believe that grace is already at work in ways you cannot yet see. Hold hope close, speak kindness often, and walk forward knowing that you are guided, protected, and loved.